Yes, ma'am.
So I wanted to bring up something, if I may, and I feel comfortable talking about it in front of all the men here, because it's just something I need to get over. So, as a little kid growing up, there was a lot of sexuality around our home. I was molested as a little girl, I've mentioned that, and other advances were put in front of me that I was able to get out of, but there's just the whole environment was very sexual.
Yeah.
And my mother was having an affair with a married man. My father would leave for work in the morning, and the guy would come, and I would hear them in the room. So it awakened a lot of things in me as a little kid. I understand why girls wind up as strippers. It's just,
Right.
thank God I didn't take that path. He had other plans for me. But anyhow, so this man that my mother was having an affair with, he tried to molest me also. And at 18, he made an advance for me again. And I felt myself give in. I felt my body give in. And he didn't do anything, thank God. He just sort of messed with me, and
Right.
he left. I didn't realize this, but you had mentioned to me a while back when I came here, I talked about needing to drink, drinking and whatnot, and you told me just to watch it. So I've been watching it, and nothing's been happening. But recently, about a month ago, I saw a picture of this man, the same man that my mom was having an affair with,
Right.
old guy, and I felt this overwhelming, oh my gosh, like I wanted to kill him. I went upstairs, I felt like I wanted to cry, but I didn't. But all of a sudden, once a couple of days passed, that feeling for wanting to drink had passed. And it's just a kind of amazing, I hear this gentleman talking about the process and, how in the twinkling of an eye and whatnot, but I think sometimes things, you don't know they're there,
Right.
pop up, and
Yes.
I'm glad it popped up.
Yeah.
And I was talking earlier about it. I pray to God this is it. I don't know if it's it or not, but I hope it is.
When you say I pray to God that this is it, what do you mean?
That this has been the reason that I've been suppressing my conscience and needing to
Oh, I see.
alcohol.
Okay.
I don't know. I
Right.
hope it is.
Well, first of all, I would suggest that you just relax with that moment, this moment. You've dealt with that. It's over now. And don't worry about the next moment. Don't be like, wow, I hope that this is it. You know what I'm saying? Just, your hope should be in God that He would show you how to deal with every moment. Because if you're like, wow, this is it, and then something else comes along, it's going to wipe you out. You'll be back in the bottle again. Because you're thinking that this is it, right?
That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
I'm thinking this is it.
Right.
That's where
Let that go. Yeah, and don't just take all you have is right now, this moment. No, there is no future, so don't think, I hope in the future I'm done, because that's going to make you go back into your imagination and you will be wiped out. Just be grateful for now. You saw this man again, you dealt with it, it appears that you're over it. Don't worry about it if I'm going to go back to drinking and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I don't
Because
feel
worry shows a lack of faith too.
It's true, and I don't feel like I need to go find him and confront him and all.
Right.
It's done. He's
Yeah.
old. I don't even know where he is.
Right.
But just seeing his picture was amazing. I'm glad I saw it. I'm glad I found it, and I'm glad I saw, wow, this has been in here, and I didn't even know it.
Yeah. One of the things I realized from my own life is that, and other people too, people are so identified with this false self. Mm-hmm. And so if you are molested or your parents beat you up or whatever, because you resent the situation, it feels like you. You start to identify with that. Mm-hmm. But if someone has said to you a long time ago, you know what, yes, that's awful, that was wrong, but don't hate the person.
Yeah, I hated him.
Just don't hate them, because
this guy.
when you hate them, your spirit, the real you, is separated from God, and now you're just living in darkness, overreacting to everything. But if you could just not hate, you would see that this thing happened to your body, but it did not happen to you. And you're not your mind and body. But when you have that hatred, you identify with your mind and body, and that's where the problem is.
Jesse, I think I might still hate my mom because I couldn't believe she would choose this life. Why would she choose such a scumbag, and why would she do this to my dad? Why would she be so weak? And he tried to molest my sister. She went to him and told him. My mom didn't do anything about it. This whole thing.
I understand why you think that way, and it may, But it's foolish to think that way.
I agree.
And the only reason you think that way as an adult is because you really don't know yourself.
Right.
Because if you could see the things you do that you do not want to do, as you quoted that scripture, something else is making you do it, and you wouldn't want other people to judge you for something that you absolutely have no control over. If you can understand that about yourself, it will help you understand why your mother is like that.
And I get it in my head.
And it will cause you to have compassion for her.
I do.
Be honest with her, because your mother does not want to be in that kind of situation.
She's dead now.
Well, she didn't want to be in that situation. No, most people don't want to be in cheating on each other and not protecting their children and all that, but they have not learned how to overcome. And so, if, as an adult, you should get to know yourself so you can have a different relationship with your mother. And that when you see her like that, you won't be saying, oh, why is she with this scumbag and all that. You understand why she's with him. You know what I'm saying?
I get it in my head, Jesse. I understand in my head why she was, but not in my heart yet.
Yeah.
And I want to.
And that's where the problem is.
It is. And with this guy, too, who knows what happened to his life and why he turned out to be like this. And
most people do to others what was done to them.
Yes.
Most people do that. And they're out of control. That's why God said, let you, without sin, cast the first stone. Now, it doesn't make it right, but we are dealing with evil, and there is good. And if the homes are messed up, if the parents are weak, they introduce us to evil in the manner that because we were born in sin. But you got to get to know yourself so you cannot judge others. It doesn't mean you won't be honest, but you have compassion. And then they would see that light in you, and that light in you, which is of God, will be able to help some people.
Last time I was here, Jesse, you told me, if I don't forgive everybody, I forgive no one.
Right.
And I really didn't know I still hated this person.
Yeah.
I really didn't know that. I want to stop hating him.
Yeah.
I want to stop hating these people.
Well, just realize, yes, it was wrong, but this guy, something had to have happened to him for him to do that.
Yeah.
And believe me, he's not happy doing that. He just doesn't have anyone to tell him how to overcome it. We live in a sinful world, and we were born in a crazy family.
I know.
And as Christ was the light so that we can see, when we start to wake up to him, we should become the light so that others can see. That doesn't mean you don't protect yourself. You don't have to play with them, hang out with them, but don't hate them. You can't hate. I mean, you can, but you're not going to be happy that way. And you're not going to be able to help others because the light of God will not shine through you.
I got little kids watching me.
Yeah.
My children, they're watching me. I need to for myself and for my family.
And the kids will become what the parents are. You can't deceive them. They become whatever you are because they look to you the way we look to God. As adults, look to God.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But just relax, watch yourself, and it'll start to change. And don't worry about if you're going to take another drink or not.
I am worried about that.
You are?
I am.
And why?
Because maybe I think that...
Speak into the mic for me.
I don't know why I'm worried about it, Jesse.
Yeah.
It's silly. It really is
is
silly. I think that it's too good to be true.
What's too good to be true?
That I've overcome this.
Yeah.
I think it's too good to be true.
Well, don't worry about it. It is what it is for now. And if you don't worry and you do take another drink, it won't have the same impact on you. But if you worry and you take that drink, 1 is going to lead to 2, 2 is going to lead to 3, 3 to 4, and then you find yourself loaded up with big gallons of wine and whatever. But if you don't worry, and not worry, just faith, you'll be fine. Because in that worry, you take that first sip, you'll be like, oh, ain't this wine good?
That's exactly what I do.
Yeah. I'm just going to drink one glass, and you fill it up like this.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure you find the biggest cup in the house. You tell yourself, I'm just going to take one drink here, right? But you find the biggest cup, and it's going to take up half of the bottle. And by the time you finish that, you're so drunk, then you say, oh, I might well knock the rest of this out.
And then I wait for the medication to take its toll, and I'm kind of feeling really relaxed and all that. And I'm like, this is great.
Yeah.
Man, this is great.
Have no fear. God is with you.
Yeah.
He's with you. He really, really is with us. He's really with us. But we got to tear down these walls of illusions that we live by. But God is with us. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Thank you so much for being with me. I do appreciate it. You can get involved by calling 800-411-2663, 800-411-BOND.